everybody, today is a beautiful Saturday. It is winter here in Australia, but let's get going with some beautiful room sprays, because this time of year we spend a lot of time inside. Let's be honest here, we do spend a lot of time inside because of the rain, the snow, wherever you live. It's probably cold in winter, so let's get making with these beautiful room sprays. I have actually done a bit of a demo for you, so I will show you. Here is one of them that I've already made, and of course I've made the label and so on. Now I'm going to show you all about the back of those, how I do them, and they're quite easy to make. I will definitely tell you that. The most expensive thing, honestly, is probably purchasing the bottle. That is the most expensive, but like I said, let's get going and make something super fun. Now, to start to make this, there's just a few things we need. So in front of me here, I just thought I would show you. This is how I actually take my photos on this photo board. So I've actually made it in here. You probably, I don't know whether you can see that liquid, but it's quite clear. So once you make it, it's clear. If you want, you could actually put some water soluble dye in it if you want, but I probably wouldn't do that because more than likely somebody is going to be spraying it in a room. They could be spraying it on a pillow and they won't be happy if bright green goes on a pillow. So I do suggest definitely keeping it just at its clear kind of color. And now I have actually got these bottles here from Pure Candle Supplies. If you buy just one, just to do a tester, you get the bottle, and let me take this lid off. So you'll actually get it, you know, just like that with the lid. It comes with this beautiful gold lid. You can also get them in black, I think in white, but I've only bought the frosted because that's the color I liked. And then it also does come with this perfect size box. I will probably end up getting some professional boxes made for this, but these are the first ones. I won't get these boxes made until next year. But that's basically how you buy them like that. I think it's about $2.50 if you buy them like that. It comes down much cheaper when you buy in bulk. And then of course you will need a fragrance oil, so you know, choose whichever one you like. We only need 1% fragrance oil, so it's a really small amount that you actually need. And inside of here you can see this liquid. That is actually a base that I bought from Pure Candle Supplies. So now look, you can try and make your own, you know, base. The only thing is I would stay away from things like oils, because the oils are the biggest thing. Like, you just don't want many oils in this because people, like I said, are spraying it maybe on fabric, on a sofa, and if it's got an oil, it's going to stain it. They won't be happy, and then you've got big problems. So for me, I prefer to get this just made up in a base. It's much easier getting the base. That way you definitely know it's come from a supplier and you're not to blame if something goes wrong, because, you know, you purchased it from a supplier, so you could go back and talk to them. Now, the base does not smell at all. I mean, I guess it has a tiny little smell, but it really doesn't smell at all to me at all. It doesn't smell chemically or anything like that. But anyway, let's get going. I'm going to show you how to make it. I'll give you the recipe as we go along. The recipe is super duper easy. There's only 2 components that you need for this whole thing. So let's get started. Now, just so you know, I thought I would show you, this is the base that I am using. Like I said, it is actually from Pure Candle Supplies. So you can go on there and see. I will tell you the ingredients on it as well. If you go onto their website, you can definitely see all the ingredients and so on. And just to let everybody know, I don't get paid to talk about this company or anything. I just talk about companies that I really like, I trust, and that I've used their products. So I definitely don't give advice unless I've actually used their products. And of course, a disclaimer, do remember this is only my own opinion. You know, please test this out for yourself and see how it goes, because every bottle, every environment, everything may change. You know, depending on what you're doing, and your process could definitely change the end result anyway. So let's get going. Like I said, I've already poured some out of this big bottle, so I didn't spill it into a jug to make it easier. And now we're going to put it on the scale and just measure everything up and make sure it's beautiful. Okay everyone, so we are going to start to make it. So first of all, we definitely need a scale, super important. And of course from Pure Candles, if you're buying theirs, you get the box. So we're just going to remove the box. Then we do actually get the little bottles. These are 100 ml bottles. They're so beautiful and perfect. And like I said, I'm using the frosted. There is a white, I think there's a white, and I think there's a black. And this one does come with, you know, your gold kind of lid. So I'm just going to take that off, and of course inside there, I'll show you later, we will, you know, make this nice and tight so I can show you. I'll show you the labeling too, because I have actually made some, designed it on Cricut with Canva and Cricut, and then I printed it all out. So now let's get started. So first of all, we need a jug or something that you're going to be popping everything in. I've torn out the scales, so there's nothing on the scale. Okay, so now what we need to do is put our base directly into this. Now we need 99% base and only 1% fragrance oil, which is super good. So it makes it a lot more achievable in price. So to buy a 5-litre base, it costs, I think it's around the $50, or it's just under 50 from Pure Candle Supplies. And then of course you only get 1% of whatever fragrance oil. Today I am going to be using this one here, which is lemongrass. It's a really strong lemongrass. So if you're looking for a great one, I'm glad I actually tried their one out, because I do use other companies like Aroma and Aussie Candles and that so on too, but most of my fragrances are from Pure Candles. I just like the fact that they're Australian made and manufactured as well. So anyway, like I said, we've got our glass container or whatever you're going to use. On top we've torn it out. Now let me just get the base. Now I do have the base in this container, and I only did it just to make it easy so that I can show you, because pouring out of a 5-litre container is you know, not very easy at the best of times. So now we do need 99, remember, because we need 99% of this. So I'm making a 100 ml batch, so I'm going to be pouring in 99 mils of this. So, you know, depending on whatever you're using, so if you're using ounces or anything, it's just 99%. So if we work it out at a percentage rate, it makes it much easier, doesn't it? So 99 mils in this one. And then we are going to just add 1 ml of lemongrass. Now I know you're going to be thinking, wow, that's not going to be strong, but it's super strong. I would not be adding more. So don't think, oh, well, I'll just add extra. I definitely wouldn't be doing that. And then, of course, we're just going to give it a little bit of a mix. So I am actually just going to get a little kebab stick so I can mix this up. And give it a little mix. Now, one thing I will tell you, I have noticed that some of the fragrances that you put in will make it like milky like this looks, but then others won't make it milky at all. So it just depends. It's, once again, it's just testing, isn't it? We do need to test everything. So just give it a mix. I can smell that super strong. So make sure you're in a ventilated area. I definitely am. I do have my massive big double doors at the opposite side totally open. So now that is done. That's all we need to do. Sometimes you'll see a little bit of bubbling. If you see the bubbling, you can easily just spray it with isopropyl on the top just to get rid of the bubbles if you want to do that, but I don't sort of worry too much about that. Now that that's done, we're simply going to pop this bottle back on. I like to measure everything, even though we know the right amount's been in there. You just never know, do you? So let's get ready. I'm just going to get some isopropyl and show you what I mean. So now we've got some isopropyl. We just sprayed in the top. Now there is no bubbles at all, so we know that's right. Double check our scales. Let me just do that one down there. And, you know, look, you can pour it in here. If you don't feel safe, just get a little funnel or something and do that. But that's why I keep it in a much smaller container. I kind of need to concentrate, don't I? All right, so and I was looking at that just to make sure. So then that's basically what it looks like. Don't worry also if you get anything coming to the top or the color changes. That does not matter. It's going to mix in, I promise you. Sometimes these things just happen. So now we're going to pop the lid on here. So let me just tie this tight, and then of course we can take that off. So I always make sure everything's super tight. Now when I make anything like this, I always get paper towel and some alcohol spray just to wipe everything down to make sure it's all good. So let me organize that bit there, and then we will get on to making the label. Alright, so I've got my bottle here. I'm just going to give it a quick wipe down with some isopropyl. Make sure this is super tight. You don't want that coming off. Nobody's going to thank you if that comes off. So anyway, like I said, we do have everything together, don't we, sitting here. And now we are just going to, you know, put the label on. So now I do have this little cross that my husband made. I did talk about this once before, and basically the little bottle just sits perfectly in the center here. So I'm going to just do that so that I can put my labels on. Now inside here I've already made them, so these are my labels. So I have two. One of them is the label that's going on the bottle. The other one's the label that I'm putting on the box, because these boxes are not professionally made for me yet, but in the future I'll do that. And now I'm just going to try and make sure I center everything as much as I can. We'll turn it that way so that it looks beautiful. You know, do it however you like, but this is what I like. And with these bottles, do remember that when it has a rounded top, you don't want your label to go directly to the top. Once it's done that, you can see I've just taken it off, and then we're just going to wrap it around so that it looks as beautiful as it can. And there we go. Doesn't that look so nice? And you'll be able to see that I've got, you know, a barcode. This is a scan, a QR, which is back to my site. There's many sites that do these QR ones for free, so you don't need to pay for them. And there you go. It's looking beautiful, isn't it? We will pop its lid on, and we're going to just pop this one to the side just for a moment. And now let's work on the box. So now obviously I have the box. Now I'm going to tell you what I do. So if you think this is going to close here, to me, if you took a photo and you have this line, it doesn't look as nice. So I always put it on the back. The front is going to be the back almost. And it just looks better for your photos and people opening it. So basically I've already made these little ones, and they're going to fit just on here to make it look lovely. So there you go. That's what someone's going to open. We turn it to the back, and the back one that I have, it basically has here all the ingredients, like everything you need to know. Once again, I will be getting these professionally done. If anyone wants professional labels, there's a really good company called Long Story Short. You can actually go to them and ask them. They do short runs as well. So that is somebody that I've kind of, you know, seen lately, and they're very good. I know some people that have used them and said they're very happy with them. So that's another company you could definitely be looking at. And of course, if you're getting anything professionally printed and you want it in massive lots, then I actually do use what are they called now? Blueprinting. But I'll leave all of those links for everything down below, and all of these things that I've used as well, so that you can see. But doesn't it look professional? If you look at the back, it looks super professional. You can see what it is. So on the shelf, it's going to sit like this, obviously, you know, and if you were selling it wholesale, well, let it sit like this. As lots of you know, I talk all the time about getting onto fair for selling. I really suggest you do. With the economy the way it is, you want to get in before anyone else. So make sure your site's looking good, your photos are good, and start the process with fair. So I will leave my direct link that will help you go direct to fair. So, you know, basically I do get a little throwback from that, but it will also give you a direct link, so you can just link straight on and start up trying to do your wholesale, because like any wholesale, it is a bit of a process. And imagine with these beautiful photos, it would look just perfect on fair, and I know shops would love these. So I hope you have actually enjoyed enjoyed this whole process of seeing me do these ones as well. And of course, I'm going to have these on my site super duper soon. So I'm loading them as we speak. So the time this video comes out, they will be on my site. They're going to be, I think, $16.95, which I think is a pretty good price for these. So I've seen them up to $30. Depends, but obviously I'm still making money and I work everything off my formula. So anyway, I hope you'll all enjoy, and I'm going to see you lovelies on the next video. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you want to come over to Patreon, of course, come over there. I give lots more tips, tricks, and they do get another 55 odd videos a year extra that do not go onto YouTube. That's just a bit of a thank you. And we do have over there, we do have a $50 joining one, or a $99. They're our biggest ones. So for those ones, we've decided to change it up, and we are going to send a little bit of a gift once a month to people on those levels. So on the first of each month, a little gift will be sent. So that'll be super fun, won't it, if you want to join Patreon. Otherwise, look out for my next YouTube video and you'll see exactly what I'm up to. Bye, friends.